I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Good afternoon, my peeps. How are you guys doing? It's been a long time. I haven't seen you guys in ages. Well, I'm back, guys. This is Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic, along with
Christo, and Happy New Year, everyone. Glad to have you. We're so excited to be back. It is January 7th, 2022. Um, Hope everyone had a brilliant and a happy and a healthy holiday season. And then you're all ready to kick off 2022. Today's show is going to be about positioning yourself for the new year. And but before we get to that, Gilbert, what you been doing?
oh my Lord, man, I've been doing so many things. I've been out there. I was out with COVID, man, and most of you guys may have heard that I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. So I got COVID from a friend of mine invited me to a Thanksgiving dinner, which I didn't really want to go to because I've been staying indoors for almost 2 years. You know, I didn't want to mix and mingle with anyone because I just didn't trust the process, didn't trust what was going on out there. So I wanted to stay healthy. And I kind of went against my rule and decided to visit with my friend for Thanksgiving. And lo and behold, got the Rona. Got the Rona.
You got the Rona, huh?
Got the Rona, man. Oh man, it beat me up so badly. I didn't know what I was doing. I was hallucinating, had the fever. I didn't lose my taste and smell like many people did, but it hurt me really bad. So I had to check myself into the emergency room. Man, Crystal, I don't wish this on any of my enemies, man.
I bet. Yeah, that's what I say that people say, well, I'll just ride through it. No, there is no riding through something
No,
that
no,
that can harm you that you don't really know. I guess my thought is you never know what's going on in your body,
right.
and until you position yourself and you find out that you have some issues, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, then next thing you know, something like a coronavirus is actually taking you out, man, or trying to
Yeah,
take you out.
yeah. I tell you, this was so unbelievable. And then when I checked myself into the emergency room, when I went there, there's a security guard there, and
Hmm.
he said, "Why are you here?" I said, "Well, I have COVID." He said, can't come in here. Get out, go outside." And he had me sitting out there in the cold for 20 minutes, Crystal.
Oh my
20
God.
minutes I was sitting in the cold. And while I was sitting out there, I caught pneumonia, sitting in the cold. And
Oh,
then,
whoa.
oh, yeah. And then they brought me in and start asking me questions, vital statistic, my name, age, and all that. Man, I couldn't tell them anything because I was incoherent.
Oh my
I didn't,
gosh.
I didn't know what was going on, and I took out my wallet, gave it to them, and said, "Hey, here's the information you need." And then they put me in this room and start giving me IV and all kinds of stuff. Man, it was awful. It was awful.
Well, I am so glad that you're back. We were all worried about you. I had to put out the call for prayer warriors, and so
Yes.
they all came through to pray for you. And I think the hardest thing is that you just don't know. One, no one can go with you because
Right.
right,
Exactly.
no one can be with you. So there you
Yes.
are at the mercy of strangers. And
Yes.
like you said,
Yes.
you couldn't remember your name. You
Couldn't
couldn't
remember
do all.
anything. Couldn't even
Yeah.
remember my password to my phone. And that was another because the phone was the only thing that was keeping me connected to folks like yourself and others and family members. And Then I forgot my password because that's one of the things COVID does. It messes up your memory, so you lose your memory. So now, because I was using my phone before, logging in
Right,
and
yeah,
all
because you were
that.
that's how we were communicating in the beginning,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden you wasn't there. That Greg said, "Rasta man looks ragamuffin on the screen." Hey,
Hey
Greg.
Greg, how you doing,
Do
man?
you
Well,
he said, "Do you remember him?"
who is that Greg again? Who is that Greg guy? Is he that ragamuffin Jamaican guy? Man, I'm telling you, Greg, man, I appreciate all of you guys so much. You just don't know it, man. Being in that place, it's like, I mean, you're in the hospital and it's like you don't know if it's night or day. You don't know what day of the week it is. They they came to me and asked me if I knew what day, because that's how they're checking if you're coherent or not. They said,
Mhm.
what day of the week it is. I told him it was Thursday. He said no, it was Sunday. I said, Sunday? I just came in here like 2 days ago. How come it's Sunday already? They said,
Wow.
man, you've been in here for a while now, man. They've been giving me all kinds of drugs. Oh man, Crystal, I tell you, man. I don't wish this on my work. And see, there are folks out there who are not vaccinated and they don't care to be vaccinated, which is their prerogative. But when you're mingling with other people, innocent people like family members or other friends, who don't even know your status, then you could be putting other people at risk. And that's the kind of thing, the message that I want to put out there for you guys, because not only do you expose other innocent people, but here's another thing, Crystal, I want to share. I received my bill from the hospital from me.
And how was that?
Oh my lord! I almost got a heart attack, man. I was gonna get another dose of COVID there. The bill was
Whoa.
$146,000, $484.15.
Oh my God. Well,
A
that right there is
hundred.
a reason why you don't want COVID. No, at least I wouldn't want it for that.
You
That.
don't. If you don't want another mortgage, you don't want COVID, okay? Because that bill is gonna be super high, man. And the day I got out of the hospital, right, which was the 21st of December, I was listening to the television and they said the average COVID bill is 125,000. And I said, wow, well, hopefully mine wouldn't be that high because, I was only in there for 2 weeks. That didn't mean anything. 146 grand is my bill, man. So, folks,
Wow.
even if you don't care about the vaccination and all of that thing, just for the bill itself, just the bill itself, you want to stay away from it. So,
Oh my God.
uh,
Yeah. And you were telling me that if you had not been vaccinated, the doctors felt you would not have made it.
yes, that's exactly what they said, because they kept asking me, they said, are you vaccinated? And I said, yes. And like 15 people asked me the same question in different ways to see if I either was coherent, I know what I was talking about. But they said if you weren't vaccinated, man, you wouldn't have made it this far. You've been a goner. You would have been a goner. So
Wow.
I just want to share that, folks. I mean, I'm hoping that some part of this message I'm sharing with you guys will resonate, because I know some people probably are still not taking it seriously. But every part of this is serious to me, from the bill to the stay to everything,
Well, even beforehand, when I was speaking to you, what was that Monday after Thanksgiving
Yeah,
I think it was Monday, and you were
yeah,
sounding all congested, and
yes,
each day you got weaker and weaker and weaker and
yes,
weaker, and I was really worried, and
yes,
I felt like it felt like I couldn't get to you.
yeah,
So I felt like, oh my God, this man is out here by himself, and you don't
yeah,
have family here.
yeah,
And it's like, oh my gosh, what can we do? What can I do?
right,
It's like, go to the hospital like right now.
yes,
Um, because at that point, and it's just scary. So I tell people, I say I don't want COVID. I don't want to test it. Um I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to take
Yeah,
your word for it. And I
yeah,
know I spoke to you and it sounded really serious.
yeah.
Greg says, good to see you, my brother. And Sirius, it's good to see you back. Greg actually set in as a co-host with me the first week that you were
Thank
out. And
you.
then Armand came in on the second week. So, and then I just started calling people that knew you that I knew were
Yeah,
really prayer warriors
yeah.
and as they were asking about you. So we are happy to have you back. You're looking healthy.
I
And I
appreciate it.
say, no one wants to have the Rona.
No.
Everybody wants to. So social distance, wash your hands, double mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my understanding now that it's my understanding that from Dr. Mays, she comes on to the community briefing, and
Hmm.
one of the things she said was to now wear the either double mask, no cloth mask, none of
Hmm.
that face, the neck gaiters.
Yeah.
She actually insisted that everyone wear the 5-layer mask. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I ordered my 5-layer mask from Bianca Vovecchi. Bianca.
Oh yeah. She sell masks.
She sells COVID products. So she's
Oh,
selling the 5-layer mask. I ordered mine
I'm
from
gonna have to
her.
reach out to her and get some because believe me, man, I don't want to go back down this road.
Yeah, and now you really could be serious. You don't want to do that. So when can you get your booster? Because I know you were due for your booster, right?
They said 6 months, 6 months after all of this. So I was due in December, so
Mm.
I had to wait on, but then I got the Rona in December. So it's like they said you can't do it now. You got to wait now because you've been through this process. You get all this medication, all this stuff. So now you got to wait for 6 months. So now I got to wait 6 more months for the booster.
Oh, then you either need to be staying in the house for the next couple of months.
Man, I'm gonna live inside this house, man. The only time I'm gonna see outside is when I'm gonna empty my garbage.
Greg wants to know, did you lose weight?
Oh yes, I did. I did lose a lot of weight, and I didn't even realize it. My neighbors saw me and said, "Oh my God, look at you! You lost a lot of weight." I said, "Really?" They said, "Man, you're skin and bones." I'm going, "Oh my God." I felt bad. I felt really bad, because they're looking at me like, when you see a ghost.
Yeah.
they're, look-
Yeah,
they're
boy.
looking at me. They're going, "Man, you don't look like you. What the heck? What's going on here?" So yeah. And that happened so quickly in 2 weeks, man. In 2 weeks. Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
unbelievable. And then high blood pressure, and that's another thing I want to share with minority folks. And the thing about it is, when you come out, you got, like you say, you've got the shorter breath, but you also got low energy, very low energy. So even
Mm.
though you want to walk fast, you can't
Mm.
really walk fast,
Okay.
because as soon as you start that motion, then you start, you start breathing heavily. So
Oh, so are you coming back? Are you back to normal energy or are you still
well, I still have a little low energy every now and again. Like if I go up the stairs, I can feel it,
okay?
but it's not as badly as on the 21st of December when I came out of the hospital. So, and they give you that oxygen tank you got to take with you and use all the time. So it's unbelievable, man.
Well, I am 100% happy that you're back here on the show
Me
and
too, man.
and just be careful. And I'm saying that to everyone, just be careful out there. This is
Yeah,
not, as you can see, Gilbert said, it's no joke. And if you
yeah,
think you can pass through and the actual corona itself, that $150,000 bill. Nah, ain't that ain't passing through. So wow,
That's another mortgage right there, man.
that
That's
is
another
scary
mortgage.
all by itself. So,
Yes, yes.
welcome back, my partner. I'm glad to have you back,
Thank you,
and
co-host. I appreciate you,
we are
and I
all glad to have you back.
and I appreciate all the prayers and blessings that all of our small businesses and our prayer warriors are putting out there. Greg, I know you were praying for me too. You don't want to admit it, but I know you were praying.
Oh no, Greg. You know, I asked him short. It was like a short minute. I said, "Yeah, can you sit in?" And then we were talking, and yeah, I had told him earlier that morning when we were the day before when we were on the community briefing. So yeah, Greg was worried about you. Everybody was worried about you. At one point, everybody was calling me and thinking, "Wow, look at this! Gilbert's more popular than I am."
Only for that day. Only for that day.
Look at that. He got more folks than I do.
I appreciate you, man.
Greg said when he mentioned it to the Lord, he said, Gilbert who?
Man, we gotta have to book a stand-up comedy routine for Greg, man.
Right, exactly.
He's funny. He's funny. But
Well, we're
yeah,
back. We're
thank
here
you,
for
folks.
2022, and we're going to have an amazing year. It's going to make up for that end of that last 3 weeks of December for you. So we're going to make
Yeah,
sure 2022 is going to be off the chain, so
yes.
that you can forget that back part, that last 2 weeks of the year.
Definitely, definitely. And today we're thinking of talking about strategies and plans for the 2022 new upcoming year for small businesses and even for individuals. And today, Crystal and I, we've got some great points and information to share with you about how you may want to look at your business moving into 2022 and how you can actually improve your process to probably connecting yourself with some opportunities. So, guys, this is going to be a great show today. I'm glad to be back, and Crystal. Another thing I wanted to say is that while I was there in the hospital, all I kept thinking about is my small businesses.
Aw,
I'm dying.
aw.
I'm dying, but I'm thinking about my small businesses. I'm
Now
going, man,
that's
I
called
should be out
commitment.
there.
That's
Yes,
called commitment.
exactly, exactly. I'm thinking, man, I should be out there helping my small businesses. I'm laying in here in this old lumpy bed that is so uncomfortable, and it's so cold in that room. I felt like a homeless person because it was so cold in there. You got the cold air coming in from outside and just circulating. Oh my lord, I'm telling
Right,
you,
they don't want the germs
man. Yeah,
to circulate, so they got to keep the hospitals are always super cold, super
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
So yeah, it's not a good place to be. before
It's
we
not.
before we start the show, though, do want to make a couple of announcements. First one is, and this one came, and I've been talking to my buddy for weeks. Every week I talk to him, and I this came at me and I didn't know it was happening. Mr. Skip
Oh,
Cooper
Skip
is announcing
Cooper.
his retirement.
Oh
um
man.
and so I think there's going to be a tribute to him sometime next latter on. I guess once we get past this COVID thing, I think
Uh-huh.
it's in February.
Oh,
But Mr. Skip Cooper, who is the longtime
yes.
president of the Black Business Association, is retiring,
The
and
original OG.
the original OG. And I was telling him he has so much knowledge that we definitely need to get a book. So in the interim, his
Yeah.
interim president is going to be Miss Sarah Harris. She
Uh-huh.
actually does a beautiful magazine called the Sweet Life SoCal magazine. So
Hmm.
she is going to be the interim president momentarily. So we want to congratulate Sarah, and we want to applaud Skip for all that he's done. And to be quite honest, Skip is Sweet Events. Yeah, Sweet Events. So Skip is actually even RBD was a spirit was a shoot off from the BBA. The Black
Mm-hmm.
Business Association has
Right.
been around for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
51 years, I think, this year. And Skip was the founder, and he did some amazing things. So for 45 years in leadership for the organization, it is definitely a powerhouse in our community. And so he's still going to be active. He's just not going to be acting as president. So just want to take my hat off to Mr. Skip Cooper, the pioneer in our community, for making sure that our small businesses um, are acknowledged. And Skip's area of expertise was obviously making sure that our businesses were ready for contracts. So
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Much
so
much respect to you, Skip Cooper. I mean, you've done a lot for decades for small businesses, and you know, you're the one who knocked on a lot of doors on behalf of us small businesses, and doors were open because of you. So we really appreciate you, Skip. Good
yeah,
job and much respect.
yeah. So we wanna thank him for all of his dedicated service, and still very dedicated to the small business community. I just spoke to him yesterday, and we'll still be working with him. So just wanted to share that. Thought that was
Mhm.
important to get that
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
I'm glad you did co-host. That was very good.
Yeah,
Very
and then we all want to welcome Sarah Harris to the community.
We should
And
invite her. We should invite her to be on this show. Let's
I
invite
am.
her.
I'm going to reach out to her next week
Yeah,
and get her on the show.
yeah.
They're going through all the formality for the details, and getting everything
Transitioning,
and
right?
transitioning to make that transition. So
Yeah.
I will definitely do that. And then the next thing, co-host, I don't know if you recognize our shirts have come in.
Oh, all righty then.
So
That's
I
what
got
I'm
some yours
talking
in the
about.
mail.
That's what I'm
And
talking
this
about.
is one of our shirts. We're here to educate, inspire, and motivate the business zone,
Yes,
as you guys
yes,
can all see.
yes.
Move my mic. So move
All
my mic so you can
righty.
all see. So that's our shirts.
All
And
right.
then we have another shirt that actually says "Turn your business nose to yeses."
All righty.
And so that's on the other shirt, and they come in black and white, and we have a tote bag, and we have a string backpack. So our merchandise site will be up next week, and you can
Mm.
actually go over there and get your shirt. So just want to let you know. So I'll be
All
putting yours
right.
in the mail. Now that you got so skinny, though, I don't
I
know. You might have to
know.
tie it up.
I'm gonna have to tie it up and from to tie it down one size down, right?
You have to tie it up so it won't fall off.
Oh my so co-host, do I owe you any money for these shirts? Do
Nope,
I owe
nope,
you
nope,
anything?
nope. This was all taken care of. So I've been
Oh
working, making sure we get the store up. And I should have all the details, and it should be up so that people can go there. And the link will be on our website, and they will also be um, displayed on our YouTube channel.
So, for those of you who are just tuning in to this show, this is a Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4 or 3 to 4:30, depending on how interesting our topics are. And one of our staunch guests and supporter is Mr. Gregory Sneed, who sometimes sits in as a co-host on the show. And Mr. Gregory Sneed is a big promoter, a big sponsor. So I want to make sure that he knows that we're expecting him to connect with some of his sponsors so they can sponsor this show, The Business Zone, and so we can get some of these T-shirts out to you guys. So, Mr. Sneed, I know you're listening. We expect you to hit up some of your big sponsors so they can sponsor this show, sponsor a few episodes. Okay.
All righty. So with that, guys, we're going to kick over to our topic today because, of course, it's the new year, and that means we have to make sure if you didn't do that work at the end of 2021, he said, "Yeah, man. If you didn't do that work at the end of 2021, then you need to be working for your strategy for 2022."
Hmm.
We want this to be an incredible year, and so
Yes.
what the topic is really about increasing your prosperity, making
Yeah.
sure that your business is generating the type of revenue that can reinvest in itself as well as take care of you, the business owner. Gilbert, we do a lot of consulting, right? And
Right.
I had to have some hard conversations with a couple of my clients this year because when after we ran the P&L, I was like, and I know we're in very different times today.
Hmm.
2020 and
Yeah.
2021 are still not our norm, and our businesses are not operating at their full potential.
Right.
But I was looking at their bottom lines and going, we got to do better than this because truly. And I asked one for sure. I said, so let me ask you this question: would you ever work for this salary at a company? And they're like, no.
No.
Okay, then. So we need to get the business at least up to the level that if you took your skill sets, the
Hmm.
skills that you have, plus your experience,
Yeah.
that you would be a highly paid employee, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So, if you're running a business, then you should be compensated for the skills, the efforts that you're putting into your business.
Hmm.
And but that means that you have to strategize in order how to increase the revenue
That's good.
on that.
That is good.
So yeah, because you don't want
I'm
to make less money.
I am glad you take that approach with them because sometimes it takes a little different approach to get people to realize and observe or become aware of certain things because they're in this day in day out, they're not seeing it, they're not paying attention, but the way you painted it, now they're going, oh my god, I wouldn't work for someone for that. So
Right.
I need to step up my game and make some more money for this company.
And the interesting thing is when we look at the news today, they're in this what is it, 199,000 people have what they call the big resignation.
Yeah,
And
what's
because
that was all about? What was that all about?
well, that's basically saying that the companies that they're working for, their employees are not appreciating them, um and their value and their experience, and they're not being paid and compensated for it, so
Yeah,
they decided to all quit.
yeah.
um there's some consequences on the other side of that
Oh, for
because
sure.
they didn't quit and start businesses, they just quit, and I guess they're looking at doing something different. But
Mhm.
again, that says if you are in business for yourself, you can't quit your own business.
Right, right, right.
Well, you could, but the amount of time and energy and money you've put into that, you really truly want to really make sure that the business is positioned for success. Hey, Miss Carolyn Hines.
Hey,
Carolyn said
Carolyn, how
she
are you
loved
doing?
this.
Happy
Love
New
you all.
Year.
Now Carolyn actually had COVID in the very beginning in 2020.
Really?
Yeah, she lost
Oh
it.
my.
She again, another person living by themselves, and she's healthy and out there, but hopefully she's making sure she's safe. Every time I see her out there though, she does have on her really pretty
Max.
mask. But Carolyn,
Oh,
make sure you put a 5-layer mask underneath those beautiful cloth masks that you have, because we don't want you to get COVID again. So
Carolyn, we love you. So stay safe. And, I know you'll practice social distancing and all the good things that you need to do. We need you here, sister. We need you. Believe me. Believe me. I,
mhm.
I was there. I was there at the devil's door. I wasn't knocking. I was there. And I'm sure if I had got to the point where I was knocking, he would have let me in and I wouldn't be here with you guys today.
Right. So we don't want that. Um, she said, I'm in the house. It was a year ago tomorrow that she was hospitalized.
Oh man.
So yeah, we're glad to have her. Glad to have everyone that has survived that and been
Yes.
able to move into
Yes.
2022. That's why we want 2022 to be a very prosperous year.
Yes.
Um, so she said COVID don't mess with Compton people.
they, she know better. The Rona knows better. She knows not to mess with Compton people.
Right. So Greg is saying that he believes the era of big companies exploiting how low wage earners will no longer benefit. So here's the thing. So I get it. I understand. I know when I was an entrepreneur, I mean when I was an employee, I realized that that wasn't where I was supposed to be, but that meant I had to put some things in place to make sure that I could have my own business. And
Yeah.
so it takes work to run a business. So if they're not going to find that employer that's going to pay them, then the next option is your own business, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And but
Definitely.
it does take some work. So some of the things that we want to talk to you guys is um what should you be looking at in today's time um in order to take your business to that next level, to make sure that your business is positioned in order to make money, because it's not just wanting it to happen. It requires work and effort. And
Right.
so that's our topic today, is what does it take? What should you be focusing on in order to make that happen? So one of the couple of things that we when I was doing my research for today was the fact that there's some areas that you can really focus on, and that you can really focus on to really start to position your business for success and for prosperity.
Right.
So I am going to so we're going to share those. So the very first one is implementing new and more efficient systems. We're starting out. This is a brand new year. Gilbert said they need to contact you, and so you can show them how to structure the business for success.
Oh, for
True that.
sure. For
True
sure.
that.
Definitely. Definitely, Mr. Greg.
So usually January 1st, all of us, we sit back and we make resolutions. I don't make resolutions. I personally make goals.
Right.
And I don't go into looking whatever I did last year. 2021 is done. So now
Hmm.
I need to be looking at what I want 2022 to look like. And
Right.
I do want to go back and I want to look at my previous year and see some areas that could definitely stand for some improvement. And we all can there's always room for improvement in our businesses. So, one of the first things, and I addressed some of these last year, is implementing new and more efficient systems that can help you manage your business and make sure that you're not leaving money on the table. Um, so, some of those systems are if you haven't been managing your bookkeeping and accounting, that you implement an accounting software system such as QuickBooks or Wave or some of the other products that are out there, so that you always know where your money is. Um, you can you can provide professional looking invoices and not just scraps of paper, and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And then secondly, okay, there we go. And then secondly, you want to make sure that you implement a new marketing system, and we'll talk about that. And Gilbert, you have a product. We have your Buchanan Associate has a product that can help people manage. Would you like to tell them about that?
Oh, certainly. The Small Biz Pro is a product that was designed to help small businesses become more efficient. It's a platform that allows you to store all your documents, your key documents, in specific areas so you can access these documents in seconds, wherever you are in the world. And this would be a great tool to help you in 2022 to become more efficient. You will spend less time trying to find your paperwork, trying to find documents, trying to find your business license, your articles of incorporation. All of those things will be right at your fingertips. And this helps small businesses in such an amazing way. Not only will it help you with documentation, but it helps you with your certifications as well. It helps you um, if you're trying to obtain contracts. You know, you have all the key documents you need when you're going after contracts. Or if you're a nonprofit and you're trying to get grants, you know, these are key things that tells you what you need to do to operate your nonprofit in an efficient manner. So this is a great tool, Crystal, for these small businesses.
Exactly. So Small Biz Pro, you can go to what's the website? Small Biz Pro
Smallbizpro.net, and I'll put it in the chat
chat.
so you guys can access it. And Greg said Small Biz Pro so you can migrate from amateur to a business professional. This is the time. The time is now.
Exactly, because one of the things we all found out during the pandemic that when they start asking for money and have grants available to you, if you didn't have your business license, if you didn't have your financials in place, you didn't have all of the things that said that you were a business owner in place, then you lost out on the relief that was available to you for you as a small business. So really, really important. Let's go through 2022 and get right on point. Let's start, as Garrick says, let's start the year off great and good. And Greg also asked who can help them set up their accounting system. That would be me. So
That's right.
you can reach out to me and we'll put my information in the chat as well. I provide workshops and training on using accounting software to help track your business. I also do coaching on that, and I do a lot of classes for Vermont Slauson, and I teach a 4 week class there, and I teach a class over at the New Women's Business Center, and I teach classes over at the Urban League. No excuse; those programs provide for you, the small business. They provide you free coaching and training. Um,
Hmm.
but if you don't use them, then you got to come to me and Gilbert, and then nothing I do is free.
That's right. That's
So
right.
that's the first one is implementing a more efficient systems that can help you
Hmm.
really grow your business and take care of that back office to make sure everything is available and ready so that you can be bank loan ready, contract ready, and most importantly, business ready. So
Right.
is the next one is expanding the team. So
Mm.
nobody operates business alone. In fact, for me, everything that I do, there's a team of us that's doing it. Gilbert and I work together, and he's
Hmm.
a team. I work with the Urban League. There's a team there. I teach kids how to be business entrepreneurs. I have a team there. Greg is part of the team that I do with the community briefing, and so I believe in teams. So that's my business partner teams. But in addition to my teams, I also have you have your lawyer, you have your attorney, you have your tax, your CPA, you might have enrolled tax agent, you might have your insurance agent. All of these individuals are part of your team to make sure that your business is running at its optimum. What's your team look like, Gilbert?
Well, with my team, I have developers, programmers who they help with the platform because there are certain things small businesses need sometimes right away that I have to reach out. I've got you as the bookkeeper. I've got an attorney, I have an attorney that I have on my team that, whenever there's any funny business going on, somebody try to look at me funny or try to undermine an agreement that I have with them, I reach out to my attorney and say, hey, what do you think about this? Do we need to let this slide or do we need to take some action? So we've got that insurance person. I have an insurance person. As a matter of fact, they called me 5 days ago and they were explaining some things to me, which they really didn't have to. But because they're on my team, they're able to explain policies that I need to look at in terms of insurance issues for the business and some other things. So that's good. So we've got the accountant, the bookkeeping, we've got an attorney. Um, um, uh, I'm looking for a marketing person right now, Crystal. Someone who really understands how to market a platform like Small Biz Pro and the things we do for small businesses. So that one person is missing from my team.
And Greg got life insurance for your clients, so he can take care of that. Miss Carolyn is the ultimate customer service guru out there,
Yes, yes,
and
that's
she's
true.
actually certified to do that. And
That's
so
true.
these are people who you have on your team to make you look good, to make sure your business is operating at the highest level of professionalism and
Yeah.
also at the highest level of revenue producing and generating.
That is true.
Next one is expanding the territory.
Yes, yes.
Now this one, I find people stay right in the same little location they've been working in for years and years and years. And so this is really about connecting and expanding your potential customers to other areas, to other states. And now, today, because of the internet, you can do business all over the world.
Yes, and
And
that should be the aim and focus of small businesses.
yes, is to do business all over the world, not just isolated into your small little network and you're working the same people over and over and over.
Yeah.
Greg said I'm expanding, that's why I'm on a diet now. But don't be on a client diet. Make sure you're open for more clients. So that's one of the things you want to look at. So one of the best way to do that is to really look at your customer profile and the people that are doing business with you right now, as Carolyn said, who or your previous prospects and your previous and that are your current clients, and look if you can duplicate those and create lookalike clients in other areas.
Hmm.
This is principally the first part of the marketing strategy, is understanding who you're trying to sell your product to.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that's important. Next one is optimizing your marketing strategy. So I can't tell you how many people. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying they want to grow their business, and I said, "So are you on Facebook?" No. Are you on LinkedIn? I have a profile up there, but it's been there for years and it's the same profile. Instagram, no. So you need to expand. You need to look at really, and I know there are people that have a lot of adversity to social media, but if
Hmm.
you use social media properly, and the way it was to be designed, and get some training and education on how it really, really works, it
Hmm.
can be a godsend. One of the best things that we could have done, Gilbert, was create the business zone,
Oh,
because
for
it
sure.
actually expanded our reach.
Yes.
We have people. All right, Greg, we'll see you. He's got to prepare for his 4 o'clock client.
All
Best of
right,
luck.
Greg. Thank
Bye bye,
thank
Greg.
thank you for being with us, Greg. Appreciate you, my brother.
Um, so making sure you optimize your strategy. One of the things I did over the holiday was I took a class at Udemy, and that's Udemy, on mastering social media for marketing and advertising of my business. It was excellent. These are some of the top marketers doing master classes, and I learned a lot. And I learned how to set it up properly and what tools to use um, that would help me be able to create a better strategy. So you look at some of the Udemy's and some of the other platforms out there if you can't afford your own social media maven. But I will say this: if you don't understand social media, it's very difficult to hire someone to do your social media for you. So
Yeah.
you really truly need to understand what are the potentials and the opportunities in order to grow your business using a someone that's an expert in social media, and then that will help you narrow down who that individual is. So optimizing your marketing strategy. So social media is not the only way. You can be guests on the podcast like the Business Zone. So if you
Hmm.
guys have a business, you can reach out to Gilbert and I, and we'd love to have you on the show. And you can then use the show as a tool to on your website in order to expand out your reach, to expand to our reach. So that's
Hmm.
something. Any comments on your side?
I think that's a very great way to do it, and some small business owners might be afraid to come on this show to speak about their company, their product and services, because they're thinking, "Well, what do I say? I don't have anything to say." Just remember this: by you coming on this show, you're telling the world what is it you do and what is it you market and why you do that. So, and you being the expert on your product and your service and your company, no one else can tell the story better than you. So, coming on this show is the easiest thing ever. Crystal and I, we make you feel at home. You make you feel like a part of the family. So, and when you come here, what we do with you is have a conversation with you. So it's not like we're grilling you, interrogating you. No, we will have a conversation just to let others know what is it you do and how well you do it. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us on the Business Zone to be a guest on the show and so you can tell your story.
Exactly. And then after you do us, you should be a pro. And so reach out to some other podcasts and get on their show as well. Because now you're reaching out to their network, and that means you're actually growing and expanding and creating exposure for your own business. So we
Yes.
highly recommend that. Next one is most important: improving your client services. What
Oh, man.
that means is not only making sure you got support, you have service, you know, that the whole client service experience is something that people will walk away telling everyone else about, but on a positive note, because everybody has no one has a problem going and telling you of talking about you when you've done bad.
Yeah, and Crystal, even though the coronavirus experience I had was horrible, I must say this, that the nurses and the CNAs, right? The
Hmm.
certified nurses assistants who were helping me, were working with me. They were so amazing. They did such a great job. They try to make sure that I was comfortable at all time. They try to make sure that I whatever I needed, they gave it to me. So that customer service, I must say, and I'll put it out there. It was a San Gabriel Valley Medical Center. Those guys, they were very good. The customer service was good. And that's what you want in your business. You want people to walk, your clients to walk away feeling that they belong, they felt like family, they felt like you treated them very well. So they can share the story, they can tell others. So think about that the next time you have a client, you want to ask yourself, and this could be one of the items in your business you want to ask yourself for 2022. Did my client walk away feeling like they were helped? Did my client walk away feeling that I provided them value? did my client walk away feeling like I understood their concerns? So those are
Mhm.
some of the kind of things that we as consultants, as coaches, as service providers, as businesses want to make sure with our clients.
Exactly. And also improving services, making sure you have a system that you can track your clients so that they don't get lost. Because when we get busy and we're servicing so many clients, some opportunities could come through your email, come through your texting. People are referring, phone calls, so being able to have a system that you can actually track those clients to keep them, and then so that you can expand the relationship and hopefully build a relationship, and that they become a client. So making sure you have a CRM system,
Mm-hmm.
which is a client relationship management system that
Mm-hmm.
can really help you manage those clients. And this goes with the improving client services. That means we want our clients to love us. And when our clients love us, they will go away and tell other people. And then those in turn will tell other people. And it is called word of mouth. And that's some of the best referrals that you can get. In my world, word of mouth tells them even to the point of how much I charge. So I don't have to go through a whole process of trying to um, negotiate my rate
Explaining.
and
Yeah.
explain my rate, and they just
Yeah.
say she provides the best service. It's well worth it. So
I think what we should do here, Crystal, I don't know. For those of you who are listening and watching this show right now, if you could take the time out to just merely type a message in this platform right now that we're on, to let us know how much you love your customer. Tell us some things you do to demonstrate that you love your customers, because those things are great pointers, Crystal, that will show how you can increase sales, how you can grow the business. So if you guys can just send us a message right now, let us know how you love how do you love your customers. How do you prove that you love your customers?
while everybody, with those that are getting their stuff together, let me share something with you. So, the place that I get my nails done, I had two people that I would go to. So, one shop had opened up years ago, and I've been a client of theirs for over 10 years. And then during the pandemic, it was another shop that I would go to, but they were closer to home, and it was easy to get in and get out of, right? And
Mm-hmm.
after the pandemic shut down, I couldn't get to anybody, right? So again, once it started back up, I went to the people that I was going to before. Well, my schedule kind of got off, and due to the pandemic, the other place that I was going to, they started taking appointments only, and only during the week. So it wasn't convenient anymore. So I went back to my old person. And I will tell you this. He says, I have every intention to make sure you never ever leave again. So what he does is, um, he had some new innovation that was safe for my nails, make my nails feel better. He had he before we finish with the nails, he's massaging my hand. Great product, great service. He schedules my appointment before we leave the seat, and then he
Wow.
pounds me the day before to make sure. He
Wow.
sends me gifts. He sends me, not gifts, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How are you? How's your mom? How's your friends? It's like he didn't remembered everything that I've ever said about him. Um, and so that in my book is what I call excellent customer service. And I tease him. I said, "You're making sure I never leave again." He says, "You are absolutely right. You will
See,
never leave again."
See, that right there is proof that he really loves his customers and he loves you. So that is amazing, Crystal. That is amazing, because not too many service providers go that far out to satisfy their customers like he did. So that's amazing.
Yeah, most
Kudos,
of them
kudos to
don't
him.
at all. Most
Yeah.
of it, and I'm like, look at you. I mean, going over the top. So, and I know for me, I go over the top for my clients
Yeah.
as
That's
well, making
yeah.
sure that they understand and I'm available for them. And sometimes you may not be in the mood, but you just put on a good face and voila, you're there. So so that's what we're talking about when making sure you improve your client services so that your clients know that you appreciate them, and that is just not something that you know, that you welcome their business and you appreciate them being in your the part of your clients. And
Right.
this final one is revamping your mission, your vision, and your company culture. Right now, when we look at businesses and we see so many people leaving jobs, it's because a lot of times it's the company culture.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
these are three critical aspects of a business that many business owners don't even think about, because
yeah,
this can make or break a business. You see what I mean?
it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making sure that your mission, your vision, and the values of your company are the same that they were, or if they've changed, then making sure you let your employees and your customers know that you've expanded, you become better than you were when you first started your business. Because when we really to be honest, Gilbert, when we first start our businesses, we have
Yeah.
these wonderful lofty ideas,
Oh yeah.
and we know the mission statement is all pretty and
Mm-hmm.
glamorous, and our vision statement is all pretty and glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into business, and we've been in the business 5, 10, 15 years, and
Yeah.
our business is evolving. And so sometimes we need to go back to look at our vision, our mission and vision statements, and our value
Mm-hmm.
propositions to make sure that we're in line, or if we've grown, to make sure that we let everybody know that, and have to make some adjustments and changes from time to time. And company culture is super important.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. That how many companies out there really their employees know the culture? How many companies? I mean, uh, the vibe that is given by some companies tells the employees that the culture is something else. So
Mhm.
so what the employees perceive of your company is not what you think the culture is. So
Mhm.
it's always important for a company to do like a spot check and check with
Mhm.
employees. What do you think our culture is? And hear what the employees say. Because every one of them will perceive that culture differently based on how they're treated within the organization.
Exactly. So yeah, and be honest with yourself. If you know your company culture is pretty toxic, then it's on the is beholden to the owner of the company,
Yeah.
to you to fix the toxicity in your company. And if you're part of that problem, then you might need to get some help, because you're not being non-productive
Right.
if your employees hate working for you and they
Yeah.
don't want to help you grow your business. They're your
Yeah.
ambassadors, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's behooving to you to make sure that every aspect of your business is running the way it should be, because we're in business to make money. I
Mm-hmm.
remember Nolan Rollins, who was the former president of the Los Angeles Urban League. He used to say, "Make no mistake, we're
Mm-hmm.
in business to make money."
That's
And
right.
all of this goes along with being in business to make money. So
Yes. Yes.
um we want to make sure that we are in business to make money and that we're running and operating in that manner. Oops,
Yeah.
I switched off. So with that, guys, we want to make sure this is a quote from Richard Branson, who's one of my uh, business idols. And he says business opportunities are like buses. They're always another one coming along, but you have to be prepared for them.
Got to be prepared. And that's the one thing that I wanted to say. Where preparation meets opportunity, that's where you get success. Where preparation meets opportunity, that's where you get success. So if you're not ready, the opportunity comes, but you're not ready, there's no way you're going to have success. No way. Now, some people get lucky by being ill prepared and getting an opportunity, and they make some money out of it. They do very well, but most of the time that's not long lived. It doesn't last for long. So you
Mhm.
have to be prepared. You have to be prepared at all times.
Mm. I 100% agree with you. And just guys, some questions to take away from your takeaway now. How do we find out? One, Gilbert and talks about this all the time, is doing your SWOT analysis, so that you can really find out what your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. So really doing a deep dive if you have not
Mm-hmm.
done so already, but doing a deep dive to find out how you go about making sure that you're positioned for positioning your business for 2022 for success. That's what we want, and prosperity and all those things. So, and then to go back and look at in the previous year and see what was your greatest obstacle for your growth. What has stopped you from growing? What are the
Mm-hmm.
barriers that are keeping you from moving forward? And if
Mm-hmm.
there are any of these statements that we made here, then those are easy fixes.
Right, right. And that's
Those
the
are
thing. That's the thing about what we're talking about, that if we identify certain things that are obstructing our view, our growth, then it's an easy fix. We can always fix it. Once you recognize and acknowledge that that's a problem, we can fix it. So, like Crystal say, don't let that hinder you from growth. Sometimes we know the things we need to do to fix and repair the business, but we keep delaying it. We keep putting it off. When you get a little pain in your rib cage or in your belly, you go,
mhm.
it's nothing. I'll just keep ignoring it. And then keep ignoring it for a year. And next thing you know, it start turning into something else. So you don't
Right,
want that.
exactly. So you don't want that. So I mean, if you're in business, let's be serious about it, right? One of the things Gilbert and I both, have challenges with when we're coaching you and we see that there what the problems are, we address those problems, and then we come back maybe 2 3 years, 2 months later, 6 months later, a year later, and the same problems are there. um you have to, if you're going to be in business for yourself, it requires ongoing work every single day, and your ultimate goal is, how do I address and how do I seek out new opportunities, and how can I increase my revenue?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. So we want you to look at these things that we're putting out here. I mean, the video will be on YouTube, it will be on Facebook, that you guys can access, and just keep looking at it, looking at different areas, and examining different areas of your business, just to see. And you can get with your staff, you can get with your team, and have one team member look at one area, you look at another area, and to collectively, you guys will come up with a great analysis of your business, put some action plan in place along with milestones. Say, okay, this is what I identify as obstacles. This is what I'm going to do to fix it. Now, this is over this period of time we're planning on doing it. So if it's going to take you a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you put that in your milestone plan and implement it. Just make it happen.
I agree with that. And with that, we're going to say this has been a great show, and we are hope you guys have learned something from it. Most importantly, we hope you take some of the suggestions that we have here and implement them, and do some soul searching, and making changes where changes are necessary. But we want this year to be a phenomenal year, and the only way we can do that is to really make some changes where and make some improvements in our businesses that we know re- um, have been failing over the years. So make this your year to really increase your business. And it's really about money. Another good friend of mine, Dr. Rosie Milligan, she says she has a revenue stream for every financial obligation that she has. So I think everyone should take that model and create a revenue stream for every business or every obligation that you have. We don't have to have loans and things like that if we know that we can make the money. I'd
Hmm.
rather make the money myself because
Yeah.
that means I'm not beholden to anyone.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Definitely,
So,
definitely.
and I'm gonna put my information here as well, Gilbert.
Yes.
So if you guys are needing your accounting, bookkeeping, in order to help you training for that. Also, it's the end of the year, so you should be getting your 1099s together. And if you haven't, you need to get those together. That the I did hear that the tax April 15th has been extended to April 18th. I think there's some sort of holiday. So that's for taxes. Corporate taxes are going to be due March 15th. So you should be ready for that. Your 1099s and your W 2 should be out to your employees by the end of this month. Um, if you're a nonprofit, you should really check and see if your statement of information, and that's if you're a corporation, period. Yeah, if you're is it time to renew your statement of information? They don't
Hmm.
they If you move your address or change your address, they do not seek you out.
That's true. It's your responsibility to update that in the state system so they know that you moved.
Right,
So
exactly. And I think the other thing, and you found that you this is a big push as well. Um, is that my number? 4585. Let me check on that
I
one. Let me just
think it's 4 5, yeah, four five
wait a minute.
eight
It's 213,
five
I think.
nine.
458 5952. It
Yeah.
was the 213. Also, and I already put my email up there. Also, there was something else you were just saying. Oh, your business license. If you guys haven't gotten your business license with the city or the county, make sure you get that. I guess that's a big thing. Um,
Hmm.
and since all this California relief and all the relief that's come out for the PPPs, it has been a issue when people went to apply, and so we're still in the pandemic. Don't know what that looks like. Hopefully, they're not shutting the city down again. But if it does, that means that there would have to be some relief packages coming. So be ready.
Hmm.
That's all we can say. Just be ready. Be prepared for whatever is happening.
And just Crystal mentioned business license. If you're conducting business within the city of Los Angeles, that license expires on February 28th. That means next month, the 28th of next month, that license will expire. So please make sure you put that on your list that you will renew the license. You can renew it now, but February 28th is a deadline. And if you don't renew it by February 28th, chances are you could be paying some late fees and penalties, about $300 or more. So keep that in mind.
All righty. And if you need to keep all this stuff in check, then you want the Small Biz Pro. That is
Yep.
the platform that will help you keep all of this in check.
Yeah.
And so with that, Gilbert and I are excited. We got some great programs and courses that we're going to be launching out in 2022. So you
That's
guys will
right.
keep you informed. We have some great guests lined up for 2022 as well. So come
Yes.
back to us next Friday and every other Friday at 3 o'clock. And to the
And I'm
Business Lounge.
back.
And Gilbert is back. And
Oh man.
co-host, we are happy to have you back.
Thank you, co-host. Man, I miss you guys so much. So,
But
so
we're not going
much.
to exhaust you on your first work outing. So we're going to close the show so you guys can find this show over at on our YouTube channel. It is streaming live on Facebook, and you will find a copy of it on over at at LinkedIn and our website, which is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert.com. We have a looks like we have a visitor from Russia, or at least the name
Oh,
looks Russian, and
oh,
they're
okay. Hi, entrepreneur, international, local, domestic. Wherever you are from, we welcome you to the Business Zone. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4. So you tune in and go to YouTube and subscribe. And when we say subscribe, we're not talking about giving us money, just clicking that little button so you can receive notifications from us and we can send you information about what we're doing and how we can help your business. So
there you
it's
go.
it's a free subscription. You don't have to pay us anything.
Exactly, on YouTube. So also you guys can check us out on any podcast channel, your favorite podcast channel. We're on all of them. And check out the audio if you're driving in your car and you just don't want to kick up your YouTube channel. So you can always catch us over there. Anywhere you need to hear great information, then we are there for you. So we want to thank you guys all. This is the platform where we help you create better businesses that are successful. And we also turn your business no's to yeses.
That's right. That's right. So tune in again next week, folks, at 3 o'clock on your same friendly station with your same friendly host. And that would be Gilbert Buchanan and
Crystal Mitchell, glad
that's
here
right.
to serve you. All righty. So, everyone, we're going to tune out and we're going to wish you the best. Please be safe. But at the top of this show, Gilbert talked about his experience with COVID. You really, truly don't want to experience that. Take it from him. You don't want to physically experience that, and you don't want your bank book to experience that.
Not at all. Not at all.
so, um, so please mask up. Make sure you're double masking right now. The Omicron is highly contagious. Minimize large gatherings. Make sure that you got your vaccination. Make sure you got your booster. Make sure that you're thinking beyond yourself and thinking about your friends and your family and your grandparents, because
That's right.
it's not just about us, it's about the people that we love and the people that love us. So with that, we want to wish you the very best weekend. Happy New Year. Happy
Happy New Year.
prosperous New Year. And we will see you next week. So Gilbert, you want to take us out?
That's right. We're out.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur.